This video will show how the Cruise app works to keep you organized. There are 7 parts of the process. First, I'll list them and then I'll explain each one further. There's adding tasks and projects, assigning to areas, actions, and places, changing the status, arranging your week, preparing tasks, planning tasks, and working on tasks. You can start off by adding tasks and projects. Let's say you have a bunch of tasks. You may want to group some of these under Plan a Vacation Project, some others under Buy a Car, and the rest under English 101. Part 2 is that you can assign these tasks and projects to areas, actions, and places. Here's an example of assigning to areas. You might assign your Plan a Vacation Project to travel, assign Buy a Car to car, and assign English 101 to school. And here's an example of assigning to actions and places. You might assign these to homework, these to calls, these to errands, and these under going to class. And then you could assign these actions to different places. You might do homework at home, make calls and run errands anywhere, and go to class at school. In this example, if you wanted a list of tasks you can work on anywhere, Cruise would show you a list of all your calls and errands. In part 3, you can change the status of a bunch of tasks and projects. Cruise will take all of these and allow you to keep them active to be worked on, schedule them for later, mark them as waiting, or worked on someday, or mark them canceled or completed. Part 4 involves arranging your week to fit your schedule. Your week can be broken down into these individual slots, using a combination of day of the week, Monday through Sunday, and time of day, morning, afternoon, or evening. For most of us, each week is generally the same. Where I was last week, Monday morning, is the same place I'll be next week, Monday morning. Let's say I have a list of tasks I only work on at home. I can arrange my week in Cruise so that these tasks only appear in the evening or on weekends. I can also arrange my week differently for other places and actions. For tasks involving going to class, I can have that match how I arrange my week for school. This means that depending on what day of the week and time of day it is, will determine what tasks appear in my list. This step only needs to be done once. Preparing tasks involves filling in the missing information to set up those tasks. This could include choosing a due date, or indicating whether the task is required or optional. This information helps Cruise prioritize the list of tasks so that the ones you should work on first appear up top. When planning tasks, there are 3 ways to go about it in Cruise. Again, I'll list them and then explain them. You could work on tasks by place, you could plan the tasks individually, or auto-plan the tasks. Here's an example of working on tasks by place. Let's say you have a list of 80 tasks to work on. This might seem overwhelming at first. You could break this list down by place and responsibility and then decide that you want to work on only the tasks for your personal areas that you could work on at home, which is only 10 tasks. You could also plan tasks individually. Let's say you have these 10 tasks. You might decide that you want to work on these 4 today and these 2 right now. Cruise would then hide the other 4 tasks until tomorrow. Alternatively, you could auto-plan your tasks. This involves letting Cruise know how much time you want to spend. Let's say it's 3 hours. Cruise will then choose which tasks to work on today. You could then remove or add some as needed.